You never find the arm, you could battle damage it.
Can you turn on that light? I can't see Shadow. The sun is like right behind you.
You don't need to see me.
Just need to hear his
All
face.
I see is eyes.
Is that scary for you?
A little bit.
It's because
I
I'm
feel
black.
like I'm looking at Imsama and I don't like it.
It's because I'm black.
Or it could be like a Kenichi anime.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not like black like Mr. Popo,
right.
I'm good.
Damn.
Are we supposed to chug them? Is that how it's supposed to be?
Oh.
I mean, you said you would.
Is that word? Okay, fine.
I mean, I'm just drinking it.
Chug,
Like, you can chug all you want to.
Mer.
It's daylight, man. We don't need the light on. Joe. What's up? Champ. I can't do that. Too much acid for me.
Word.
So you're just gonna sit there, say what's up to me, like you didn't fuck me over in the game last night because you hating on light skinned people. No, I'm getting tired of you.
Move closer to the table.
Get real tired of you. Why you gotta move closer to the table?
Because the microphone's over here.
That's why he has to project. That's the foos.
Actually, yeah. Either foos or move closer.
Foos.
He knows. I don't know if you know.
Who's?
Help your man.
Skyrim.
Oh, you don't know either?
Ah,
God damn
gotcha.
it.
Oh, see, I never played Skyrim.
That's what I said. You know and he knows.
Fucking.
Oh, so know your freaking friends and what they play, Doug.
Know your friends? Do you want to go down this road?
Know your friends, Doug. Grow up, bro.
Fucking, I hate that video so much. Fucking, he had the cool bar of Pompadour too, and he was like, "It's a bubble, Doug." Doing that. I'm like, oh god. All right, guys, this is the Northstar Otaku podcast. Welcome again.
Before we get started, Justin, I just want to say one quick thing.
What?
Are you recording?
Yes.
Are you
We've
sure?
been recording for a while.
All right. So
Since that black comment.
just to get this
I wanna
out there.
make sure I got that
Just
in
to
there.
get this out there. There's a white guy sitting next to me.
I was gonna introduce said white guy. If you give me a chance. So, we have with us right now in this room currently J.S. Valentine.
How's it going, guys?
We have Untimely Death, aka Joseph Baby Legs something.
Yeah.
We have, what's your name again? No, I'm kidding. Obscura.
What's up?
And we have Shadow Man.
What's going on, peoples?
And of course there's me, whatever my name is.
See, I
Ungrateful,
asked that
whatever.
question, yet I know that they can't even respond. It's just a thing.
That's because you're polite.
I mean, would you be okay if someone did respond?
It'd just be like another day at work.
It's weird though, because people ask you that and then they expect you not to respond. And then when you do, they look at you like you're fucking crazy.
Like,
It's like, oh, hey, how's it going? It's like, I'm doing good. How are you?
what if Yamcha just turned into you and said,
okay.
hello?
Fuck
I didn't
myself.
ask for your life story.
Yeah, they always hit you with that dumb look, like, oh my god, he's talking to me now. I'm not used to this.
See,
Hey, like when you order a Frosty at McDonald's and you actually get to the point where you can get the Frosty. You just, you never got there before.
The
And
machine
it's
that
terrifying. Yeah.
Like, oh, I didn't know I can actually get this. I was ready to hear that the machine was broken. I don't know what to do here. I don't have money with me. Bye.
I'm Kurt Habley, and I'm leaving. All right, so everybody here has seen Dark Phoenix, no? Yeah?
Yes.
No.
So, what happened?
You
You just did a weird twitch thing, too. When I asked you what happened, you were like,
No. I've seen Dark Phoenix. I've seen it. I was just thinking about the.
You there with us?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like,
Good job.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that wasn't a question for me.
Higher Cider's hitting them already.
I was gonna grab my ointment for my tattoo and forgot it upstairs.
Go run and get it.
I don't want it now. I'm too lazy.
I mean, you can probably jump through the floor.
Don't jump.
That'll cause a hole in the.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to pay for damages to the house. Plus, I'm not Mario. I'd be like Luigi and like break my neck.
Yeah, you gotta find a pipe.
I heard it snap.
There's a pipe in the kitchen, at least in your room.
All right, I'll be right back.
Is there?
Hey, you're just now telling me this? I could have been taking that like for transportation this whole time.
How did you not notice a big ass fucking pipe in the middle of your room?
Invisible.
They're hidden, man.
You didn't wonder what the fuck that was for? I mean, I don't. Okay. All right.
Who leaves their room to use the bathroom nowadays? Just use the pipe.
And let it spill all over the kitchen. That explains a lot. It's disgusting.
I was wondering why that chicken tasted funny the other day.
I've been blaming Sonny all this time, and it wasn't even him.
So you get that extra tangy flavor.
Sonny's a fucking asshole.
Joke's on me. It was in my pocket the whole time.
I told you that cat could be a dick.
Yo, he just walks up to my room and just looks at me, and then I'm just like, "Hi, Sonny," and then he puts his ears back and then walks away. I'm like, "Fuck you too, nigga."
See,
Too good for you. That's why.
Here's the
I
thing.
didn't come to you. You came to me.
No, here's the thing though. Like, I'll be sitting in my room. Like, of course, I have my door open. Sit in my room, playing a game, whether it be Destiny, Dead by
He
Daylight,
loves standing
whatever.
outside your room. It's fucking weird.
He will literally walk by my room. I'll hear like a hiss. I'm like, I'll look over. He's right. Like, I'll look at him, see him, see me, see him. Then he'll hiss like 3 more times and then run away. It's like, the fuck was that?
That's him doing drive-by. He's just like, "Fuck you, nigga." He just walks out. So, speaking of niggas, Dark Phoenix. This nigga with the whips, the hair whips, is actually
Medusa?
Cool.
He's
That was
actually
really
bald in real
awesome.
life, which I was like,
Wait, what?
Of course, they had to get a bald motherfucker to be that.
I was like, oh god, no. My dreams are ruined. No. Yeah, so was he controlling them with his own, or because I noticed he was like whipping them around too with his hands?
I put my hair back and forth.
Where Willow Smith was.
It was probably like a mix between both. Like, he can control like maybe.
Yeah, because when they were on the train,
faster, like,
he was doing stuff without his hands.
yeah,
Because it was too many.
But he had to do the little, swish and flick with his head. So.
swishing.
I think he's going to be the new Fabio.
His fucking wig falls off apparently.
I mean, who doesn't wear a wig nowadays?
All I
man?
could think
I know,
about
this
was
is
Forbidden
East.
Kingdom. That's all I could think about with the witch lady.
Yeah. Forbidden Kingdom was great.
You know what?
Forbidden Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
Sparrow.
So
That chick was basically Medusa, wasn't she? Like with the hair,
yeah, that's what I was
Or
thinking.
Sindel.
or just doesn't
More like
cool.
Sindel, I'd say, yeah. I wonder, like, how his mutant powers actually worked, though, because, like, is it, like, does his hair, like, grow with it, like, or is it, like, a psychic ability that he can use to, like...
Was it always sharp at the end?
I don't think so, and then it,
No.
like, you could see, like, the length of it, like, your son and stuff like that, but it, like, braided itself as it got longer, like, it stayed
Obviously,
straight,
he's a
so,
premier
like,
paramecia.
It's male Black Bayonetta. Just
That
dope.
explains everything.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know, the one guy that made her guns, like, in the game, he was black, so they could have always,
Yo,
you know...
is that not him? He's just like, I'm gonna take this hair for research purposes. And then that's why he was bald.
Oh my
Disgusting.
gosh.
Disgusting. When I first saw him though, I thought he was Spike. Because I just heard, like, they panned away from him and then it was all just like piercing noises.
Yeah.
And people go, ugh! Ah! I was just like, is that Spike? Like, oh no, it's doing it with his hair. Doing it with his hair. What the fuck? Yeah, that was weird.
So,
Very weird.
I guess we should get this part out of it. What's the thing that you dislike the most? Like, what did you not agree
What
with?
did you dislike the most?
The aliens were weird to me.
The price for the movie. I don't think they deserve my money. But
But you didn't even pay half?
I thought the matinee was half.
Was it half?
You, Negro, you told me about the matinee.
I just know it's cheaper. You go to the first showing and it's just cheap.
Yeah, I don't know. You said the
Aliens were weird to me.
Yeah, were aliens part of the original story?
Yeah, they were. The aliens that were in there, I guess they're technically supposed to be like the Skrulls. Which,
See,
like,
that's what I thought, and I was like,
Yeah,
but
when they
they're
transformed,
already.
I was like,
yeah.
And the Skrulls were in Captain Marvel, which,
Yeah.
like, I mean...
The Skrulls they had
have been, but
for
like,
the design for the Skrulls in Captain Marvel was good, though.
it was. But they're the same race. I don't know why they had to make them like. Well, obviously Marvel owns Captain Marvel, so
Yeah.
you know that's why they look different. But I guess that was Fox's version of like the Skrulls because
It's
the
like,
whole
nah,
thing is
motherfucker, you bought X-Men and Fantastic Four. You don't get this.
Yeah, to me, the aliens were kind of weird. Like, once the story started going, it was like, oh, we're aliens, our planet got destroyed, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, But they kind of just popped up out of nowhere, and Jean was like, "Hey, you can do outer space stuff, okay?" And then that's it. It's like you can do stuff, and that's it. And Professor X was like, "Wait, what are you?" It's like, Jean, you have Phoenix Force juice flowing through you. Why are you just like, "Oh, what's up, alien?"
She's just like, all too accepting of.
Word, it was weird to me.
I know you're used to mutants though, but at least they're still technically human, kind of like.
Yeah, and then that was one thing I didn't agree with, is that she was so like
dumb,
willing to go with
that's why it was
stuff. But at the same time, like the only explanation I have, because at first the way she was acting really bothered me in the movie for a while, until it got to the point where it was like, okay, so she's always had issues like controlling like her power. The thing, like, I don't know. I guess my biggest issue is the execution. Like, the way they did the movie. Like, it was way too fast-paced.
Yeah.
If they had spaced it out into 2 movies and, like, shown the alien race, like, hunting down the Phoenix, like, trying to gain its power, because it did destroy their planet, like, in the show.
Yeah.
And well, in the comic, too. And then it went to, like, a different planet where the Phoenix, like, was from.
Yeah.
But the only reason the Phoenix destroyed their planet is because they were trying to get the Infinity Stone that the Phoenix had. Or, well, protected.
So for it to just randomly destroy a planet is kind of...
It doesn't do that.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. The alien thing seemed weird.
It's like it's all the life in the universe, past, present, and future. Why would it take life?
Exactly. And that's the whole thing. Like, and that was the whole thing, is that the alien race, they were bad. That's the only reason the Phoenix, like, got rid of them.
You don't deserve to exist in this world. My world. They went Ozai on their asses.
Pretty much. And
I am the Phoenix King.
I really enjoyed, like, the fact that they capitalized on the fact that Xavier is not some, like, saving grace. He was very much an asshole.
That was very much something that's, like, a lot of people are going to be like, what the fuck? Because I grew up, like, thinking, like, oh, Xavier's a certain way. Then you get to the comics in, like, circa, 90s and then 2000s and stuff like that. It's like, yo, he is an asshole.
He really, you realize, like, with Matt Murdock, like, the things he did to him, the things he did with Marrow, even, like, were just messed up. Or
Matthew Malloy.
I
was about to say, I'm like, yo, actually, that was Tony Stark. Never mind. I was thinking.
My only thing for that is I know what they were going for, but it was really fast.
And that's the whole thing. Like, if they had slowed it down a little bit, because in the movies we already know that Jean is one of the strongest mutants that exist, even without the Phoenix.
It's not even a question.
That wasn't something that they needed to spend time capitalizing on in the movie, and I feel like there were way too many 15-20 minute scenes that were showing that, oh, she's so strong without the Phoenix.
You showed Dazzler and you didn't even name her.
Yeah.
This bitch was just singing and you were just like, oh, look at that bitch. It's like, what is her name? Who is she?
Yeah.
Significant character. It's just like...
They literally could have had Cyclops be like, hey, Dazzler. Mutant Bond. They could have literally just did that.
Word.
Well, see, that's why I said, they kind of made it very clear that they weren't going to do any more X-Men.
How you going to disrespect Storm by making her into a fucking ice machine?
That was a little foul.
Really?
We
Ice me.
are not going to talk about the atrocity that is called Storm in that film.
Okay, so...
That's because it wasn't Halle Berry, I'm just saying.
Looks... We're talking
she has to be a kid. She can't pretend to be a kid.
Well, no, because
that's true, but...
Because Storm... I still think Storm was supposed to... Storm Scott should have been older. Mystique should have been older.
Jean should be older too,
because
they're
all the first class X-Men should be.
That's what they were called. I was trying to remember what they were called. They're the first class X-Men. So you got Cyclops, Storm, Jean.
No, Storm came in afterwards when they were. They had that mission that failed, and then he had to bring in all the other people. That was Wolverine, Colossus, Storm, and a couple other people, possibly Nightcrawler and stuff. That was
Are you talking about the movies or?
No, I'm talking about the comics.
Storm. Okay,
Storm,
but which
Storm
iteration
was,
though?
And
because
even in Storm, she was
like the old comics. She like joined the team when she was like an adult.
Yeah, no,
and then
she was an adult.
in the current comics, the revamp, she's been there since she was a kid though, because she like literally almost sunk Africa. And then Xavier like was like, okay, we should get this chick. And
like Shadow King's doing stuff. We need to go to Africa.
Word.
Shadow King is a monster.
Was it Kenya or was it Egypt?
I think it was just like everything. Because Storm is up there. She can do stuff like that.
I mean, like she almost did sink Africa. Like that wasn't like
from Africa, like Usopp.
Are you trying to say where she's from?
She's Kenyan, isn't she?
No, she's.
She's Nigeria.
They found her in a different country from where she was. Like I think he found her in Egypt. She's actually like Kenyan or something.
Is it Kenyan or is it Nigerian?
It's one of those.
Because I remember in one of the comics, she like becomes the queen of whatever country. I don't remember though.
Well, she's the queen of all of Africa because she's the queen of Wakanda because she married.
I'm talking about before that.
That was like a 3-month.
I want to say.
I
want to say that she's from Asia.
I can settle this right now.
Asia?
Aurora Monroe is a tribal princess of Kenya, and an American photojournalist father. So was raised in Harlem and Cairo. So she was raised in Cairo.
So
Egypt.
that's where I think that's where he had first contact with her.
Yes,
like there was
because they were poaching. That's what they're doing on poaching. You talking about?
Also, he was looking for. That's where I think that's where Juggernaut came in. Because remember they found that
Juggernaut was going before he was Juggernaut. He was trying. He was trying to find that. She was trying to find people that was doing all the poaching stuff and everything. While T'Challa was.
I think she like bumped into Xavier. And then he was just like, "Thank you, random child," and then she just ran away. And then like he,
because they have a couple different first meetings too. Like there's the meeting that they have too. Well, they have a meeting too where she like pickpockets him.
Yeah.
Like in the streets of Egypt. And then he literally like probes her mind and sees that she has like her power.
You're a mutant.
You're a mutant, Harry.
Listen.
You're a mutant, Harry. They kind of are, though.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, back to Dark Phoenix, though. I mean, I thought...
No Iceman's terrible.
Yeah.
Because he is one of the OGs from way, way, way back.
He really
back
is.
when he looked like a snowman.
Yeah. I'm wondering why they didn't... I mean...
Because he's gay. No, I'm playing.
Honestly, they put a lot into, like, current Iceman, so that's probably why they didn't bring him back, because they would have had to, make a new Iceman.
Now,
also,
was
the CG budget is for fire.
There? Because I can't remember if Nightcrawler was there that
in
early.
the comics or in the movies.
Nightcrawler.
He's so hit and miss.
Nightcrawler came in with the second group.
See, okay, so
but they also he's another one where they like have iterations of him where he pops in and out in the timeline.
Yeah, because they like
wonky.
met him before and stuff. But like the original crew was like Gene.
He's kind of like Psylocke.
Beast before he wasn't blue.
Yeah, he was still
and, like,
human-y, but he had like bigger arms and
stuff. And
he's a hobbit.
Those people.
Buff hobbit.
He was weird shaped.
Yeah, he was like a bigger Wolverine.
Yeah,
his build was.
Yeah, and then they had Cyclops and a couple other people. I can't even remember. Like people like what's his name, Banshee and stuff like that.
I actually like more from the cartoon
because I remember because they said the second group of people came in to save the first group of people. That's where you get in the whole bullshit of like Scott's brother and all that shit. Because actually there was a third group who was actually the second group that he brought in before Cyclops and all that. That was another thing.
That's the one thing I was trying to...
That was another reason.
There, though.
Huh?
Well, that's because the way they did Havoc, they made Havoc the older brother. He was part of First Class and Days of Future Past and stuff. Yeah. Or not Days of Future Past.
And Havoc was actually...
Apocalypse.
Actually, was it Havoc or...
That's why I didn't...
One of his brothers was part of the group that was originally supposed to go save the X-Men because something happened to the X-Men. They were out of commission or something like that, being held captive. He's brought in some other people, including... It was like one of his brothers and Darwin.
It was Havoc. Yeah,
was it Havoc?
Yeah.
It was Havoc, Darwin.
Havoc and Darwin.
Or was it Vulcan?
And then, I'm pretty sure it was Darwin. Because that's when they also went and they recruited Psylocke, who was part of their team, too.
And then they all got fucked up.
Yeah,
that entire team got fucked up.
Because that honestly during that arc was one of my personal favorites because one of my favorite X-Men couples all together is Archangel and Psylocke, and that's where they like met and was during that because Archangel was part of like the third wave that came to like save the first two, and then they got kind of caught up. But then it's like, hey, we're all together, so let's all just team up. And
like
then,
I'm pretty sure the only ones that survived from the second wave was. Cyclops was the only one that survived from the first wave. He was the one that made it back and let Professor X know where they were.
But that's also after that's when he went crazy because that's when the whole
went crazy because
he put thing starts. Yeah,
he put the stuff in his brain because he was like, "Hey, I didn't just send your brother on a death mission. He didn't just."
Yeah.
And then all that stuff came out in House of M. She took away all the powers. They were up there. Then his brother awakened, and then Darwin came out of him and all that shit. Which. Fucking, I'm still upset that they let Darwin die in that movie. But
like, hey, he's like one of the hardest things to kill, period.
You literally
but we're gonna just
kill him. You shouldn't be able to. His body should be able to adapt to literally anything. He's turned into energy to stop himself from dying before.
He's teleported away to get away from the Hulk.
I think we're missing one of the biggest things about Dark Phoenix, though, real quick, is that they killed Mystique. Mm-hmm.
Fucking...
I was surprised.
Why was she so buddy-buddy with everybody? I thought that was weird. Like
Yeah,
that's the route that's the route they were going with these movies though.
Yeah.
From the beginning, that was the route they were going.
This movie bothered me because I feel like they took their original storyline and tried to mesh it so hard with the original comic that they got so much right, but it was just so ill placed.
They were just like,
yeah, and it was just like. Because Mystique does have her whole arc where she is like a good guy for a while, you know what I mean? Because Mystique has what, like 8 kids? Like, because Rogue is her child, Nightcrawler is her child, like, it goes on and on and on.
She's got a few kids, yeah.
Yeah,
I think, doesn't in one of the comics she has a kid with Sabretooth?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, she just, so she has that arc where, like, she's a good guy. But it's way before Jean Grey's time, like way before any of that stuff happens. And the fact that they like put it in here and made it like with all these other characters just kind of bothered me. And then Jean Grey does like, there's only one X-Man that Jean Grey should have killed, and it should have been Scott. Like, I love Scott Summers, and that's not.
I'm so shocked that you said that because you were just fanboying the entire movie.
Oh, I did, but that's mostly because I love Cyclops, and I love the actor that played him in this movie. But in the comics, she does kill Scott. Like when she controls the Phoenix Force and she comes back to herself, she brings him back because she's God. But like,
which is something they glossed over in the old movies because they were just like, yeah, no, I killed him, and it's like, are you gonna bring him back? It's like.
But that was what I loved about, like, since we've all seen it, I think that the Jean Grey from X-Men 3 could have...
Scrap metal
I think that the Jean Grey Phoenix combo from the original X-Men 3 could have beat Sophie Turner in this movie. I think that she was way stronger. And that was one of my complaints
disintegrating
too.
stuff.
Yeah, she literally like lifted the ocean, Alcatraz Island, like in dust and everything, like, and then slammed it back down and was like, okay,
bitch.
I'm gonna walk back across the Golden Gate Bridge that I lifted over here.
So, how did... One thing I did hate the fact that they had Xavier needing to look at people in order to just fuck with them.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
I was like, he does not need to...
What is his normal...
Now that I have line of sight, I'm gonna fuck with your mind.
Here click rules!
Fucking, what is his range? I forgot. He's not Omega level. With Cerebro, he's Omega level.
I think he's like a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a 4 because there's only what Jean herself is a 5.
No, Jean is higher.
Base is beyond Omega.
I'm not talking with the Phoenix.
Her alone is above Magneto, and Magneto.
Well,
I thought Magneto and Xavier are both class 5s.
Magneto's a class
Magneto
5
might be a 5.
He can shift tech, like literally.
Yeah, he can
shift tectonic
move the
plates.
world.
Yeah,
but Xavier, I think he's a 4 with Cerebro. He's way up.
Yeah, with Cerebro, he's.
Jean, I think, is a base 5 though. But it depends if you're going from like X-Men levels, if you're going from like the Marvel universe,
or if you're going with the whole like
Alpha, Beta, Gamma. There's a whole nother scale.
There's 2 different scales that are dumb. They're like the power scale and then the
classification. You've seen them in the comics. You've seen them take a white span of people, just make them all stop, and then in the movies you see them take like an entire. Mall.
Yeah. But he is even though he can do that, he's still only a 4.
But you're also you're also talking about a mutant who Juggernaut was able to invent a helmet to keep Xavier out.
Yeah, the fact that there's anything
Juggernaut.
And Juggernaut's stupid.
It's really fucking.
So if he could think of like, hey, I'm gonna make a solid iron helmet, and Xavier won't be able to get through it.
If Xavier had like all the powers, like how Jean does, he'd be up there.
I think he did it to protect his head. That's his weak point, and he needed that.
Yeah,
and that's what that was.
He built the helmet. Well, in the original comic, again, it depends on which iteration you're talking about, because in the original comics, him and Juggernaut are stepbrothers.
There's so many X-Men comics.
Yeah, him and Juggernaut are stepbrothers, and Xavier literally used to like
Kane Marco,
and Xavier used to like mess with him. Like Xavier like bullied him.
Fuck you,
I was kind of wishing
and stuff like that.
I was wishing they would have did that when they were going to do the whole like new set of X-Men movies. Like when him and young Mystique. I was just waiting for like another kid to just walk by and be like, "Oh, we're going to get a new Juggernaut." And he never did it.
Who's this blue chick?
Because it would have been great. You just seen like another kid walk by, just peep his head in and go. And then it's like 3 movies later, the Juggernaut. It would have been great. That would have been good.
I felt bad for Beast though.
Yeah, I liked that they had their romance that was in there though, because I mean that was deserved. But
Yeah.
In the comics, does Mystique have a healing factor? I know she's not Wolverine, but I thought she could heal.
Depends.
Also, most shapeshifters can heal in general. That's why I was thinking. Like, I'm not saying she would have survived that. I'm not saying she would have survived getting impaled like that. But I was just curious in general if she has healing, because I feel like she does.
She has a basic healing factor. I think. Like it's slightly accelerated, but it's not like it's nowhere near.
Oh, I know, because Wolverine is like top tier healing.
Wolverine is like there's like a few people that heal better than him beyond reality warpers and all that kind of shit.
I'm trying to think of somebody that heals better than Wolverine. But
there is one person, because that's his only power is to like.
My whole thing though is they all like Wolverine's the only one that pretty much survived the end of Onslaught.
Yeah.
And that was, he healed from it. He healed from what, like a cell. It was he literally celled.
If you go into DC, Lobo has really high healing.
Well, yeah.
Lobo is Space Wolverine. I mean, let's be honest.
He really is. True.
Space Wolverine with a bounty hunter complex.
Does anyone know what Kisi Femme means? He says that shit all the time whenever he's talking to a woman. I don't know what it... Like, it's obviously an alien language thing. I thought it just meant, like, crazy bitch. Hey, and they're like, we need him to say something cool and edgy.
So good, I'm on top of it.
Well, Lobo is in Krypton now, so if you watch that, you can find out.
I don't want to watch that shit.
You don't want to watch a show about Superman's granddad or Grip Granddad? You know which one?
I thought it was about his father.
It's about his, like,
I thought it was his granddad. Or his great-granddad, yeah. Which is weird.
But how is Doomsday and all these other
that's what I was trying to figure out. I haven't watched it. I've seen commercials, and it's like, how are these characters here?
I think Doomsday, they're trying to do some kind of angle. I don't know anything about this, by the way, so I'm talking out of my ass right now.
Same.
But I think they might be doing something where they're like, Doomsday is like some kind of a Krypton cancer type thing or whatever, and it's like
he kind of is.
You can like anyone has the potential to be Doomsday. It's almost like some kind of like a Super Saiyan type thing where they're like, watch out for this shit.
I don't like that they've ever made Doomsday a person. Doomsday should never have been a human being. Like in the original comics, what he was, he originally was a Kryptonian. Yeah. Like he was taken by the scientist, and the scientist literally threw him out into the waste. Like not even that, just threw him out into the wastes, like the waste of Krypton, and he was mutilated and torn apart by like all of like the worst that lived out there. And then he took what remained and rebuilt it, so it had natural immunity.
And then he put like rocks there to be like.
But that's why Doomsday constantly evolves, because that's his whole thing. Is this doctor pretty much just kept rebuilding him so that he like.
Have you watched?
You're never getting the Rocksteady armor.
I'm going to get that armor. Yes. We're going to get it together.
The way they did Doomsday and that wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad because he wasn't Kryptonian. So I was like, okay.
And then they had the whole thing like he evolves whenever something happens. Like that was an interesting idea.
I got that like a long time ago.
Fine and be that way.
Wait, they did Doomsday.
Can't have two different conversations.
Even
though this is funny.
I mean, I was just like he was saying, we're gonna get the Rocksteady mantle and the Monster Hunter. I was like, already.
Joe, you're never getting that goddamn mantle.
Like I got.
Matt's gonna get it before you just accept it.
Carl, I never told you this. I can't use temporal mantle because it feels like cheating. I can't do it. I used it once. I'm like, no, this is too much. This is no. It feels like cheating.
See, if you were like already invincible, then I would be like, yeah, that's cheating, but you're not there yet. So.
Like you are.
Hey, who has the highest hunter rank out of us though?
What's your hunter rank?
100 something.
Who's got the most time to put in the Monster Hunter though?
Wait,
Matt has the most time to put in the Monster Hunter.
But Tico Brohe has
the world will end, and Matt will still be playing Monster Hunter.
I think
Jason might have overtaken me by now.
I say Jason's like 130 maybe?
Yeah, Jason's got me.
Jason's a beast.
Because like, I'm like 105 or 6.
Yeah.
I'm 57. My actual age in life.
Like your age? Word, yeah.
Shut up!
For some reason,
get out of my head!
For some reason last night, he was just overtaken with dad jokes. Like the spirit of some dad just like went into him, and he was just like... It was terrible. They were all terrible.
They were so good.
The only way to stop him was to give him one that I got.
Actually, no, I think you've seen that the Shaft one.
Shaft?
The dad jokes with the Shaft cast.
Did we watch that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So apparently, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Can we talk about why it's too easy to take out a helicopter in movies? Because I'm getting sick and tired of.
Okay, Joe.
I'm gonna throw this at it.
Joe, helicopters are a delicate. They deal with a lot of physics.
They're iron chariots.
it is very easy to take out a helicopter in real life.
Iron Pegasus.
A nigga just crashed a helicopter like last week in New York.
But if you are literally gunning people down, and you're like, how do you turn into a stormtrooper when someone is standing still, and you see them loading up, like the dude who kicked the woman in the face, you know, I don't remember what the fuck they're arguing about. Something about abortions.
But you sure remember that kick in the face.
Leaf whirlwind.
All the fucking memes
Dynamic
about
entry. Fucking.
But it's like, how? You see the fact that he's about to get you. You're shooting at him. He's not moving. Why?
Nobody ever said they were geniuses. We don't put geniuses. They're not always geniuses.
They don't have to be genius. They can be Luffy level stupid.
I doubt that.
Because Luffy doesn't miss. When he throws those punches,
Nigga, I was thrown on my chair.
when he's throwing them punches, he gonna connect. He gonna catch you. He gonna find you. Go.
He's not Mihawk. I'll say that.
First of all,
This nigga's cutting through people and not hurting them.
No one is Mihawk. Okay, don't even. That's not even a fair comparison.
Same world, Joe.
Zoro isn't even. Wait a minute.
Why he gonna open his eye and Magenki gonna pop out?
It sounded cool. You just hurt yourself. You're like, my favorite character is not as good as this guy.
Why you got me on One Piece?
Okay, let's go back to
We're
Dark
talking
Phoenix.
about Dark Phoenix.
I was trying to bring it back to Dark Phoenix. You want to talk about helicopters and Luffy and all this shit?
Well, no, I'm talking about in Dark Phoenix. It irritated.
That was very stupid. Yes, but if you have psychic
Her outburst right there was weird to me.
Yeah,
Because
Magneto.
her outburst right there was weird.
No, the guy on the
helicopters are all about balance, and all you have to do is just fuck with that balance a little bit, and they'll fuck themselves up.
Or he could be like Bruce Willis and throw a car at it.
Get better pilots.
Negro, the best pilot in the world can't compensate for that when you're that low. Like, if you're falling out of the sky and you fixed it like fucking 18 bullshit, like, maybe?
I fully believe they could do it.
This nigga was like the top of our house, maybe. He can't fix that shit in that amount of time, so...
Yes, he could.
You believe in him? Yeah.
I believe in the heart of the
believed
pilot.
harder, motherfucker. 'Cause that motherfucker's not doing shit. Pilot.
Well, he's dead now.
Well, I mean,
fictionally. Maybe. I don't know.
no, that actor could be dead inside. We don't know.
Dead inside.
Okay.
But that whole train sequence, I loved.
Nightcrawler putting in work was
I
great.
thought it was really
Awesome.
good. And if that was going to be the one thing I said, if they didn't do Nightcrawler properly with him not fucking people up, I was going to say it was a trash
Yeah, because
movie.
Nightcrawler's a monster. People forget Nightcrawler he's a martial artist. He got hands for days and he can teleport.
Yo, when he teleported that chick in front of the train and
That
just
was
smirking
great.
about it, oh,
Bitch.
I still don't understand how
He survived in outer space.
that and how that one guy died.
Yo, duct tape is mad good.
But his hands, though.
Still. His hands are already blue. That was the color they were going to turn anyway.
I mean, as we saw last night in Love, Death, the Robots.
Oh, that bitch ripped her arm off. I was like, oh. No. And then Joe was upset because he was accosted by dicks through the screen. He was like, hold up.
Can we not talk about that?
Yeah.
Have you seen Love, Death, and Robots, Jeremy?
Love, Death, and Robots.
Don't.
It's like an anthology series of a bunch of different stuff. It's on Netflix.
Is what Stranger Things should have
Check
been.
it out. Yeah, word. That Hitler thing, yo, that bitch sucked the life out of it. I was like, can we go to that future, baby? That's a great, is that the worst way to die?
I mean, you're dead.
I mean, they did say that they were aliens.
Oh, they were aliens.
Yeah. Like, it was like those,
I mean-
like those four, they were like, those four specifically.
Lois Lane doesn't have problems with interspecies erotica.
Yeah, because she sucked the life out of. Can she give a blowjob to Superman that is so good
God,
that she gets the
no.
Kryptonian bullshit? She sits in the sun and she can fly a little bit. Because Lisa Ann says her jump shot goes up after she sucks a black dick.
Wow.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, maybe that's why Chi-Chi got so strong after, the tournament and everything.
Yo. Bruh.
Super Saiyan Erection Blast.
You saw it. She pimp smacked her kid into fucking Super Saiyan.
Word.
So maybe that's what it is. Is this how this works?
So
So
Mary
Scott
Jane
should
is
have the Phoenix
only one-
Force.
So Mary Jane's the only one that got fucked up by doing that because she got cancer.
Who?
Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
She got no powers.
Radioactive spider semen. I can't believe that's like.
May Parker got
that's
powers.
Real. It's fucking real. Radioactive spider semen. So apparently, okay. Whose idea was that? I don't like. Okay.
They just had to fuck with the readers somehow. It's like, how are we gonna have her die? Because she was getting clapped too much and she got cancer. Damn, Spider-Man.
Bitch DNA.
Yes. God.
So she's one of those, because that means that she's one of those people that, like, if anything were to happen to her, like, special, like, she gets bombarded with radiation or anything like that, she's not going to get powers.
Yeah, she's not genetically predisposed to being awesome.
Like some people are. So, yeah. I thought that train scene was a little bit weird, though.
Yeah. I didn't understand what they plan on doing with Jean. Like, was the whole point?
Like, I think she was going back to get, are you talking about the aliens or the people?
I mean, I knew what the aliens were going to do with her, but, like, the people, I'm like...
they were just going to take them to jail.
Yeah, like, I'm like, how are you guys going to contain her?
That shit was great, though. I love how they didn't try to be like, guys, we're going to fight together. It's like, I got this. Like, no, I got this.
Well,
killed every single one of those motherfuckers.
They only think that she's just a regular mutant.
Yeah, they don't know about
the
extra potency.
Yeah, what capable of do. They didn't think the fact she has some
humans
God
are dumb.
force type alien power inside of her that's gonna be fuck all that noise.
Humans are dumb.
When Magneto came in there and she's like, you came to kill me, and he's like, yes I did, and she's like, let me show you how it's done.
She didn't even
kill
kill
him. Didn't do anything.
Fucking hilarious.
Okay.
She's like, I'm gonna break your helmet.
I'm like, she's gonna crush his skull. She's gonna crush his skull on his helmet. That's gonna be amazing.
And then she undid that.
And then I was
the
like,
opposite of that.
And then I was like, okay. I'm like, you're gonna stab him with it?
Because they needed him for that final fight.
And she stabbed him in all the areas that don't kill. If you boom, 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 boom. It's like, do I need to show you how to kill me? It's like American. Is this your first time killing someone? If you shoot me in the stomach, I might not even die. This fucking magazine pops out. He's like, is this your first time? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the ending sequence I thought was really cool. When she was like fighting the alien and stuff like that. And like, I don't know.
So
why did Scott walk closer when they were like entangled with each other? Like, you see all that energy, Scott's like, oh, my head. Like, why would you do that?
This fucking idiot.
Stop being stupid.
He's like, sex now? Oh, no sex now.
Yeah. But that was really nice when they were entangled like that, and she tried to pull away. It's like, no.
She's like, you want these powers so bad?
You know what that reminded me of?
I knew they were going to do that the second she said, I want those powers.
Old Hulk movie. That's what that reminded me of. Yeah. When his dad tried to get the powers. It's like, you want it? Take it all! No, it's too much. Pop.
Dad.
Pop goes the weasel.
His dad was a bitch. Yo, what is it with Marvel and having just, like, abusive fathers? It's just,
I don't... story writing.
I guess.
Everybody has to have some type of a dark past.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the whole thing that makes a hero a hero. You have to have a fucked up past. That's kind of like universal with everybody.
Yeah.
I think the only one who doesn't have a fucked up past is probably Sentry.
Wasn't he experimented on, though? He
Sure.
took the super soldier serum and it did, like, the other thing and made him, like... He's one of those people that's like, hey... After Captain America tried to recreate it, oh shit, something else happened, and like
now
I have the power of
10,000. Sentry was again.
He's a character that has multiple origin stories. He's been around.
I was gonna say, I haven't read everything for Sentry, so you very well could be right. And what I remember and recall from it is not. I guess the most bad thing he ever had to deal with is the fact he pulled a commie and took out all the darkness inside of him so he can become stronger, but then that's when you get Void.
Void is a monster.
Void could easily destroy, like, the
and,
moment.
I mean, he one-shotted Galactus.
Mm-hmm.
That's not, like, that's pretty hard to fucking do, to one-shot Galactus.
Galactus is a bitch.
I'm trying to think. See, I haven't read a lot of her comic, but I could probably think of one character that I don't think any bad stuff really happened to. Squirrel Girl. Like, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything.
How dare you say that name?
You mean the character who's designed to win? She just wins
How dare
because
you say that name?
I actually have her Funko Pop upstairs in my room.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is
she the unbeatable?
I think she's immune.
yeah, I think she's the unbeatable one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when she's not,
like the title they gave her as like the unbeatable. Is it the unbeatable Squirrel Girl?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Or that's at least one.
and when she's not beating people, she's watching their kids.
Fucking squirrels.
and
So
only
she's
her
like a
only
cat
power
lady?
is that she can control squirrels. That's it. And
Squirrely
then
Joe.
and then that's where you go to Rick and Morty and find out. Oh, they really. Oh, the boy. The boy.
We'll give you wishes. Oh, that's terrible.
These squirrels are no joke. So tell your mom, be careful when she out there trying to fight them.
It was a big old possum in the front the other day.
I saw that one.
That was another one.
There's another one?
Yeah, my mom was on the porch getting a weed whacker, and it was like walking around the porch and then scurried off.
Did she fight it?
I don't know. She came back unscathed, so it might not have survived.
Word. It probably
But
did.
yeah, because it's warming up, so my mom's doing a lot of gardening and stuff in the front. I don't know if she's gonna do any fruits, but flowers and stuff is her go-to. Yeah.
So is there anything else we must talk about Dark Phoenix? Because I do have a discussion I want to bring to the table.
Oh, God.
That started a heated argument yesterday.
Anything else for Dark Phoenix?
Fox give Marvel their ball back?
Yeah.
Actually, I do have a question.
Stop
It's
trying
it's not
to
a
throw
Dark
that
Phoenix
at me.
question. It's more of a question about Jean with the Phoenix Force in general. Can she, in the movie, she was able to like kind of supersede Quicksilver and move the stuff he was running on. Can she do that in the comics? Can she supersede speedsters?
It's not Jean. That's the Phoenix Force that's doing it because it's able to. So that wasn't her at all. That was literally the Phoenix. Like, oh, he's about to do something. Let me just.
And that's the whole thing that's what makes honestly the Phoenix and Jean so like incredible. Even after they fuse together and become the Phoenix Force and they're like one entity,
They're
is the
separately
Phoenix?
thinking,
Yeah,
but
the
still
Phoenix can
together
still
doing
separate from. It's basically like Kurama and Naruto. Whereas the Phoenix can like.
I thought you were gonna say Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho. And I'm like, that's
no, but they
too
can like
fucking vague.
no, but
It's
they
weird as fuck. I don't even know what's going on there.
No, but they can talk to each other and like the Phoenix can act independently of Jean. Like it can't leave her body after they fuse together. But there are times where she's like frozen in time or people stop time or she's frozen in time due to super speed and the Phoenix can be like, hey, forget you.
Word. It's like Toph with Earth. It's like, I can sense your life.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah. Actually, the Phoenix is kind of like the Grand Spirit from Shaman King. The Grand Spirit is just everything that's ever existed on Earth.
Like Jean's immune to like illusions and all that other stuff because the
No
Phoenix is like,
ninjutsu. No ninjutsu.
You think she's immune to reverse harem jutsu? Hit her with that Kaguya?
Oh, God.
Turn all of them into Scott, maybe. She might not be.
Come back to me.
Like, jeez.
You're like,
You can always come back
was
to
it
me.
was it
That was so dumb. He kept saying that. He's like Thor in fucking Ragnarok.
was it Clerks 2 with Jay Silent Bob?
Oh, God.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
Oh, I heard they wrapped filming for what they're working on. Jay and Kevin Smith. They're working on something. I heard
Are they working on like Jay and Silent Bob? It's like it's not Shrek's back.
I don't know what it is.
No, there is a Jay and Silent Bob movie that's going to be out soon.
Okay.
They were talking about doing a sequel to that. I think he was going to revisit Clerks at some point.
All right, because I heard whatever they were working on recently, I heard they finished on it, and it was interesting because they were looking for people who look like Jay to be in the movie for some reason, and we know this dude who loved Jay and Silent Bob with long hair that sent them the thing, and he didn't do anything. Tico Brohe.
I was about to be like Winter Soldier.
I think he also mentioned something about Mallrats as well.
Oh.
Mallrats had me cracking up.
Mallrats.
And I think his main thing is he's trying to get his TV show, the one that
Yeah.
That's the main one. He's trying to get a network to pick that up so he can do that. Which I pray to God he gets because that was hilarious.
Just put it on Netflix, so we can just watch it all at once.
Word.
Binge it.
That's what needs to happen. But will they? Yeah.
But this is all again. This is like in an interview that I saw him do where he was talking about doing these things. I don't know if it's actually going down or not.
Mm-hmm.
If there was a movie that he just finished wrapping up for, I'm assuming that it's a Jay and Silent Bob sequel.
He might be filming the Justin Bieber Tom Cruise fight.
Oh God, that was.
Is it happening though?
No, I don't think it's gonna happen because Bieber will get fucked up by Tom Cruise. I don't think he only did that because
all that Mission Impossible training.
He thinks he can fight.
He's like, he's old now. I can take him now. It's like, bro.
Hey, you don't realize the fact that he probably has old man strength plus training for a lot of it.
I mean,
when does old man strength kick in?
Like you're in like mid-40s.
Does it really?
Yeah.
So old man strength plus he survived Henry Cavill. So that mustache. Wow. So he's extra strong right now.
And then all the training he has for all the fight scenes and everything. Because he does all of his own stunts and all that crap. So I mean, Bieber, you gonna get fucked up, man. Don't go down that road. You already got fucked up by everybody with your comedy roast, and you were crying in the back because you're too mean.
Yo, Henry Cavill's mustache haunts my dreams.
Good lord.
This motherfucker's mustache grew when he pumped his fists in that fight. Remember the commercial? He's like in the bathroom. I was like, yo, his mustache grew.
Oh, I just remember something before I forget. They're putting Endgame back in theaters with an extended cut or something.
They're saying
they got to beat Avatar somehow.
Yep, it's supposed to have some new footage and it's supposed to be some extra stuff at the end.
It's a different alternate ending. I think there's a few alternate endings.
Yeah, I heard like at least 8 were made.
How good is
Electabuzz.
Is it 9?
But yeah, so
975.
Ooh.
I'm curious how that's gonna be. I don't mind going again if you guys want to go, because it was a good watch. This time I can see Joe cry. I wasn't there for the crying last time.
It ain't gonna happen this time.
Bro, that's what I said.
Say that.
That's what I said.
See?
Don't do this
still
to
did
me.
it.
Don't do this.
When I watched it,
Shadow, we are brothers. You can't do that to me.
I seen it.
He
twice.
has to do. He's obligated now.
Like I seen it twice, and the second time it was like first time I was like, okay, I was able to hold back the tears. Second time I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it hits. It hits.
See, for me, when I saw it, it didn't hit me when I saw the movie. But when I watched Kevin Smith doing his review of it,
the hour long.
Yeah, it started hitting me because
that's as long as the fucking movie.
He was talking about like all the father daughter stuff, and he has a father and daughter. And he started tearing up, and I'm like, oh, Kevin, I feel it. Stop, Kevin, no.
See, and that's what makes it even worse for me now. So it's like, yeah, I definitely can't go see it like no, thank you.
If you do, though, we will be there for you like we are right now. Because we are here for you.
I appreciate it very much. Very, very much.
Exactly. So.
We are a family. I don't know the words.
But I tell you what, though. If I see a huntsman spider eating a possum in this house, y'all niggas are on your own. I'm sorry. That shit was too fucked up. It's a spider that's like this big. Picked up a fucking possum. This possum's like this big. I'm like, how the...
So...
It's just in the corner eating it. Like it...
So, bro.
Like, nigga, do you pay rent? Goddamn.
You pay my rent. But, Joe, you said there was something you wanted to bring up? Or
yes.
Did you already... Okay.
So, alright. I had this heated discussion with Ungrateful and our friend Jason. I want to know, what do you guys... I'll give you 5 for overhyped... It wasn't a
heated debate. I thought you were talking about the other thing.
Well, this led into that.
Because he thinks I'm going to defend JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm like, no, I know it's a terrible show. Like, I know it's a crazy, stupid...
I've never seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so... I didn't play it.
It was, yeah. I didn't like it, honestly.
People listening to this don't watch JoJo's.
Come to understand where certain anime have picked stuff up from it, but other than that, you're just like,
yeah. The only thing I can genuinely give it is the animation for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is fantastic. Like it is top notch, but at the same time, some of their like character designs, like I thought One Piece was bad, but
Araki is definitely weird with his shit.
Like.
But he's basically Joe with his music buffness and also weird color palette.
I don't understand how you think him and I are the same, but whatever.
You do kind of dress like a character from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
He is a JoJo. His name is Joseph.
Joestar.
Something. Yeah,
Joestar,
pretty much.
that's
Why
your
not?
last name.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's your last name.
Shotaro Kujo.
Because I was gonna say your real last name, but I didn't want to put you on blast like that.
Joseph Orris.
Why are you acting like this? You're dating me, first of all.
Jeremy, thank you for confirming everything I said.
I'm not saying it as a diss. I'm just pointing something out.
It's a
I'm not
compliment.
saying it as a diss.
How is it this dude is buff as fuck? He's a beast.
And he's literally one of the
I'm not
strongest
a
characters.
beast.
And he's one of the strongest characters like in the show.
And I'm the weakest person here.
Oh, behave.
Actually, Joe.
I'm the weakest person here.
Joe,
No, you are not going to say this, Mr. Metal
Joe,
Bender.
how are you the weakest person here? You are a size modifier bigger than like everyone here. You could just lift this table and throw it through a wall if you wanted to.
No, I could not.
Joe, if you were me, I can't be Joe. Because you've seen how I get mad and stuff just, breaks. If I was that, bruh, everything.
Jail already.
Jail already. Exactly. They'd be like, this nigga's too much. Put his ass in jail.
For the fact that I lose every
got
fight
Phoenix
that
Force of what?
I've
That
ever
nigga's
been
in
in.
jail.
That's a lie.
Lost every fight you've been in?
Every fight I've ever been in,
I don't
I've
believe
lost.
you. I don't believe you.
You broke someone's sternum.
CJ Williams.
Damn.
You broke someone's sternum?
I lost every wrestling match in high school.
You talking about when you breaking knees?
I lost
Of your allies? See that pause? He had to pause, right?
I've lost every fight in Tekken and Naruto.
Friend Breaker Joe. Is that what we're doing? Okay, alright. Anyway. Oh, speaking of JoJo.
Oh, God.
Fucking, what's his name's last name? In John Wick, his real last name, his like Russian last name or whatever, like Joe. It's something that's like close to Joe, so he's a JoJo. John Jovardio or whatever his name is. So yeah, he's JoJo. Just
Actually,
put that in there.
I have a question for you guys.
He's
Like,
I need some.
what in your opinion for anime you watch? What was the biggest like not disappointment? So like you went into it thinking you were going to be disappointed, or you think you weren't going to like it, and it was like this was actually pretty
Goblin
good.
Slayer.
Kill the kill.
Goblin Slayer for me. I swore up and down it was going to be trash because how everybody was hyping that up.
Yeah. See, interestingly, a lot of people were hyping it up. A lot of people were flaming it too.
Do I just
on
need to
YouTube
have,
at
like,
least
my anime list open for this shit? Because y'all keep asking me questions, but like I've seen too many to. I forget too much.
You know what I think for you might be one? Just from how I was explaining to you the anime, and then you were kind of iffy about it.
What?
Samurai Flamenco.
Okay, yes, definitely.
Yeah,
Samurai Flamenco started out as like I'm a person who I like toku stuff. Tokusatsu is a big thing for me.
like
you know,
Power Rangers, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider,
all that
Garo.
shit. Fucking,
You
When
like
he-
power suits.
Yeah.
raid suits were awesome.
I'm not talking smack.
Sanji got everything he fucking wanted with that raid suit.
He
Anyway,
doesn't know what you're talking about with that.
watch it, read it, do something, just get it. Fucking no, but this show was stupid because it was like, okay, originally when you showed it to me, I was like, this is fucking dumb, I'm not watching this. But then I heard someone who had watched it. They said a line that basically said, okay, well now I have to watch it. He said it redefines and also it like redefines what a toku series is.
Okay.
I guess, in the sense that like what you're fighting for and why enemies will always show up and why you will always power up to meet that expectation of fighting the enemy, like why that happens, and it provides an excuse for that. And I was just like, this is an acceptable excuse, multiverse theory, whatever, this and the third, I'm down for it. And once they got to that point, I was like, okay, this was good. It was shitty at first, but it was good.
We should have Joe watch it. I think he'd like it.
Joe, there's a turning point so hard because at first it's dumb, but then there's a turning point that you're like, whoa, they just got serious. Like, holy shit.
So,
Like, imagine
remember the anime that was like
you're watching an old folks' home, and all of a sudden one of them is, I'm an assassin, and you're like, fucking what? He's like, yeah. The old man pulls a gun out of his diaper,
wow.
and you're like, this just took a left turn.
Overhyped anime. Anime that you believe that was just overhyped.
Now, overhyped and like
Parameters.
Yeah.
I generally give it a full-on journal consistency, but I would say ones that were overhyped that didn't quite meet the expectations.
This is gonna be really unpopular. One Piece for me.
Ooh, get the fuck out. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I like a lot of elements for One Piece. I like a lot of the powers. Law is one of my favorites because his Devil Fruit is one of the most interesting to me.
You yourself haven't got to the point to where it actually... Because
I'm over 200 episodes in. If I had to devote more to that, and if I had to devote more than 200 episodes into it, it's overhyped.
Remember the fact that I was... Remember, I was like that myself because I gave it 150 episodes and I was done. You gotta see, I was like, no.
What anime needs 150 episodes?
The second I heard Yayo, I was like, my child's brain was like, yes, I can get behind this shit.
We also started a lot earlier than you.
Yeah.
But then when
I tried when it came out. Like my whole thing is I watch on Adult Swim. Like I'm not like
we watched it before.
Okay, well I'm sorry, I was 12 years old, but like, I don't know. I gave it a shot. Like I liked Naruto. I liked other things, but my whole thing is
should we make him feel bad? Okay, all right. I was just gonna be like, really? Because we were watching it because we couldn't go outside. We live in bad neighborhoods.
I like how they assume I live in a good neighborhood.
Well, I mean, you're our one.
No, I'm kidding. I'm fucking. No, so yeah.
But I was gonna say I originally did agree with them, but when I realized what they were doing and they were getting a lot of the backstory and everything out of the way, so you're not getting constant flashback.
Okay, but we're not here to defend anything or attack anything. He just says it's One Piece. If that's it for him, that's
what I said. But for him, I said that's what switched me around. I'm saying that's what. Again, I said I originally.
I mean, and I'm not doubting. I've seen fights and stuff later on that are really good, and I'll watch One Piece fights now if I know that they're like characters that I really like are good. I'll watch certain things. I'll watch backstories and I'll watch arcs. But my whole thing is like,
what is episode 200?
What's happening?
I don't know. I'd have to go back.
He's before Afro Luffy.
Nigga,
I've already seen Afro Luffy.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, bro, you're before Afro Luffy, you can't say you don't like One Piece. Nigga, once you see that, you're either in or out.
I just got past him in the freaking leopard dude.
Got Usopp dressed as Don King, like, stop it.
I just got past the fight with him and the leopard dude.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was like 250.
And, like, they're good episodes, and they're good fights, and I mean... My main issue with One Piece is the world, for one, because it makes no goddamn fucking sense.
Oh, it's not supposed to.
And that's what bothers me. I like consistency.
Well, see, that's the thing. The nice thing is that they're learning about the world as they go, just the same way that we are.
Which is cool. But as it goes on, you can tell that they contradict things that they've already learned. And that's one thing that bothers me a little bit. And I'm like, you shouldn't be able to do this. Like, you should not have been able to cross from East to West Blue that easily. You didn't go through the middle mountain, and you said that's the only way to do that. So how did you get here?
Who did that? You talking about the Marines or whatever?
Yeah, but I know that they have like freaking
special stuff.
Yeah, but whatever. I don't know. I mean, I like One Piece. I don't. Yeah.
But so One Piece and.
Unless One Piece takes up all your 5 slots just because it's that long.
I mean, well, no.
200 episodes for each slot.
I felt very attacked when I said One Piece.
What made you feel like that? When I told you to get the fuck out?
I mean, it's just there. I mean, I've never watched an anime where I've needed 100 episodes to get into it. Or like to really get into it.
It goes against my entire system because usually I'm like 2 episodes. If I don't like it, I'm out.
I didn't give it more than like okay.
Which I shouldn't have because Yu Yu Hakusho doesn't do that for me either, but, you know.
I'm trying to think. You ever heard of Hitman Reborn? That starts really slow. Katekyo Hitman Reborn. That starts a good, 8 to 12 episodes of just kind of meh.
And it's the jokes they do are so cheesy and
I after I watched the show, I kind of understand they're kind of preparing the main character's body for the power he's about to get.
Yeah, because he is mega strong.
Yeah, but it's basically someone who has they don't know they have power, so they didn't train. It's like, hey, you can go Super Saiyan 3. This guy they need to inch him to it. So I kind of understand what they were doing, but it was really slow. They did introduce a lot of the supporting cast though in that 12 episodes.
So is that one of the ones you say is overhyped then?
Well, when he was saying how it was taking too long to...
okay.
Yeah. But for overhype, I don't know. Because most of the anime I watch, I don't really go off of what people say and stuff. I always try to.
Well, I'm the same way, but I do hear things where people
tends to be the ideal viewer for most things because he watches things in a vacuum. He doesn't look at what everybody else says when he watches them, and he doesn't look for them.
Like, in all honesty, the last anime that I watched where there was a lot of both ways of it, it was like a lot of hype and a lot of this is trash, was Goblin Slayer. Before I started watching, that was the only one that I can think of.
Actively like controversial, like anime news, like people are having problems with this.
Yeah, that was the most recent one.
There was nowhere you could look without seeing Goblin Slayer.
That was the most recent one where
I stayed away from it for so long.
That same, because I wanted to like let it die down and watch it myself. That was the last one where I watched it and there was a lot of stuff.
Like people are gonna know
about
it and be like,
but
yeah, I get it.
But that one did deliver. I went in
that's the opposite.
Ready to call it trash. I went in ready to say this is stupid. Fuck this anime, and I was
stupid pizza.
Basically, but I was like, damn. All right, you got me.
Yeah,
I'll take back what I said.
Also, to go off of what he was saying about One Piece, I watched One Piece, so I know, and I watched Hitman Reborn, so I know the slow start can be real. So I usually go in with the mind of like, hey, I'll if it's 12 episodes, I'll give it 5 or 6 episodes to see where it goes. If it's 24, I'll give it 8 to 10 episodes to see where it goes.
Be proportional to how many things.
Just because I know slow starts can be slow.
I still say the number one anime that's overhyped is Dragon Ball. Well, Dragon Ball Super.
Dragon Ball Super, yeah.
I love you so much.
I can see that.
Uno.
Especially when you watch it and some of the animation goes.
Yeah, you have age groups like from child to people who watched Dragon Ball when they were like fucking.
Yeah, I can agree with Super being overhyped.
And they're all like, "Oh my god, Dragon Ball's making more fucking anime! Holy shit!" And that's all I heard for like fucking 2 years.
Now the fights are good. No trash on the fights, but some of the animation, like when you watch Dragon Ball Z and you watch Dragon Ball Z Kai, for the most part, the fight or the animation is crisp. When you watch Super, it's like fight scene. They were talking more than fight scene.
I would say the animation was straight trash until you got to Goku Black because they kept fucking up. I mean, like it was just
they fucked up colors.
Horrible animation.
Don't you love it though when you can watch an anime and you're just like, oh, the money just cut out. In the middle of a fight, they're just like, oh,
I feel like all the characters should have like the numbers on there so they know which ones to shade. Like Goku Black should have a 6 on his arm, like that. Like those should be black. Like his hair should be pink.
It was so bad. Now I will give the one fight that does deserve the hype that it got was when Goku did the major Kamehameha wave to Kefla's face. I mean, that shit was...
Oh, the Galaxy Destroyer?
That was, insane.
That was on some old...
That sounds great. I can't wait to see it. We've already said why I didn't watch Super. I started watching that first episode. I saw him with the Jackie Chan Adventures to the shit. I got out. So I'll have to go back to it. Fuck you! Stop doing that!
Trying to think any other overhyped anime I can think of.
Attack on Titan.
I was gonna say well, it slumps. If they didn't take such long breaks and do it in such like
and the manga
spurts,
like the way they did it with they moved too much shit around.
They did.
I hear the games have more stuff than the manga has.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, how?
I have the first Attack on Titan game, and then
second opening had more than
it's just, I don't know. Attack on Titan, especially in the manga, gets so good and so much deeper. Like, where they are right now is, like, such, like, a crucial point.
That's what I keep hearing.
Are you caught up right now? Or?
I'm not caught up, but I know enough people who are that are yelling at me to read it.
I
can tell how good it is by the intensity with which they yell at me.
Yeah, and they finally revealed, like, the last, like, shifter power, like, what they are. So you know, like, all 9 of what the shifters are and, like, their specific abilities and stuff. And the last one they revealed, like, you've literally known about him from the very beginning. Chapter 1.
I have ideas of who it is.
And it was just, like, such a... like, I had no idea. And I pride myself on being able to peg this stuff. And I'm just, like, when he, like, came out of the shadows, I was like, what? I was like, excuse me? Excuse me.
Attack on Titan is good for making smart people feel dumb. Yeah. With, like, mystery shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know how I never realized that Mikasa and Levi were, like, distant cousins. They literally have the same last name. And behind the wall, they literally talk about how, like, there's such a few
Spoiler for Attack on Titan if you didn't know that. fucking.
I mean, it's in the anime now, so I don't think it's like a huge spoiler. It came out in the last season, so.
Oh yeah, they have the new season that's out now, right?
Yes, that's the one that I'm episode 3 or 4.
Levi is probably my second favorite Hiei character. Because I mean, that's why I love Hiei so much, because he created other archetypes. In
he did the broody character. He's the rogue.
Because before they had Kurama characters leading up to Kurama, and then Kurama was arguably the best Kurama character. They're like, no, we need to move away from this shit. The smart character that's so smart, usually long hair, nice, this, that, and third, blah, blah, also a complete and utter badass. Like, they were like, no, we have to move away from that. Dumb characters. Loads of dumb characters. Just dump the bucket of dumb.
But everything. See, they're just book smart dumb. And everything else are like... So that's why you gotta say... Like,
he's trying to make this argument that Naruto is not, like, really, really, really stupid. He's kind of... I'll say he's clever. But, like...
But you have to have some smartness to be clever, though.
I mean, not really. Naruto... Naruto bothers me. Like, I don't think Naruto should have been Hokage.
Do you remember the thing I told you about with that story, Hoshin Engi, where the guy is like the Kurama character got tricked into doing what the main character wanted, because he was like, get these people across this checkpoint. These people are trying to kill them. They were guarding the checkpoint. Get them across. He tricks him into getting him to get them across, and then he's just like, oh shit, he fucking tricked me. And it's just like, yeah, that guy's not overly smart. He's just clever. He like, it's like when I was talking. Remember we were talking about the Rubik's Cube thing, and we're like, how does a person solve a Rubik's Cube in 10 seconds? Yeah. It's like, it's because you look at the things that need to happen, and you just go along with that. Your brain just works like that sometimes. Some people are just made to puzzle break.
I'm too stupid to figure out a Rubik's Cube.
I am too. I get like two sides, and I'm like, I don't want to break it.
Naruto's smartness for me, I feel like, is he really just the clever moments he has is really just because he's so dumb.
But Naruto's like, also on that list too for overhype.
Naruto definitely. Well,
it depends on which iteration you're talking about. I feel though, because Boruto, yes,
the whole last arc.
Original Naruto though,
Boruto is a fanfic.
Boruto is stupid. It's trash. It's overrated. It's overhyped. It needs to be over.
Speaking of fanfics, you know what's not overhyped? That fucking Yamcha thing. I need to go back to Barnes & Noble and buy that shit. What? It's Yamcha. Somebody made a fanfic online, and then Akira Toriyama picked it up. It is basically, what if this guy... It's an isekai, kind of. It's the guy dies. He ends up in fucking...
Hold on. That time I got reincarnated as Yamcha.
This motherfucker ends up in Dragon Ball Z as Yamcha, and he's just like... Dragon Ball. He ends up in Dragon Ball as Yamcha, and he's just like, okay, I know this story. I'm not stupid like Yamcha. I'm gonna train my ass off. He does not die until he gets to like that. Last time I heard about it, he was on Namek. He made it as far as Namek, and he did not die because he knows what happens. He trained, and he's not an idiot.
Yo.
Yes, and it's at Barnes & Noble sitting there right now. It's $10, and I need to get it.
That sounds
Akira Toriyama's behind this shit. I mean, he saw that shit. He was like, yes.
He was like, all right, Yamcha, I did you dirty enough the past 30 years.
Yes to both of you. No, yeah. So
Tokyo Ghoul 3rd season.
How are this? Remember, was it you or Joe? I was trying to figure out how the seasons were broken up in because they were weird.
They messed up the season so bad. So it starts with Tokyo Ghoul. And then that's the second season.
See, I've seen both of those.
No. And then RE is the final third installment.
Mine is Gintama. I feel like Gintama. I tried to read it. It's the only anime or manga that I had to actively stop. They're getting too far into these the type of joke that they're doing is specific to Japanese culture.
Oh, and you don't like it's
not that I don't like it. It's just like I feel like when they translated it, maybe they fucked up or something. Because I read the first few chapters when it first debuted in Shonen Jump, and I was like, this shit is good. I'm going to read it one day. And it was good up until I stopped at chapter 25, and I'm like, I don't even know what's going on right now. I need to switch to something else. That's when I started reading Kenichi. And if you want to talk about people fucking with people with the season names, Gintama is the trolliest of trolls because they do the Gintama apostrophe, Gintama degree symbol, Gintama whatever. They'll do a little tiny thing to let you know oh, this is the next season. So you're just like,
What?
Which season is this? Oh, this is the degree symbol season. It's like, okay, but which number is that? Oh, it's 3. If you try to look it up on my anime list, it's fucking annoying as hell. I wanted to throw my phone through a fucking window.
That's what happened when I was trying to look up the Tokyo Ghoul stuff, because I had saw some scenes from a fight that didn't happen in the anime I watched, and I was wondering if that was season 3, but season 3 wasn't out yet, and I was really confused.
Yeah, they messed up Tokyo Ghoul really bad. Have you guys seen The Garden of Sinners?
No, I've heard of it though.
Yeah, it kind of goes like alongside Fate or whatever, but that's another one that kind of does the same thing, except like when the episode like that you watch them in, like episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think there's only 8 of them actually. They do not go in chronological order. So like episode 3 is actually episode 1.
Why would you do
like,
that?
They'll have whole episodes where they like jump and it's like before. Like, it sets you up in the first episode with a scene. And normally I hate stuff like that, okay?
When they start at C, then they go back to A, then B.
Well, they don't do it in the middle of the episode, which is what I do appreciate. Mm-hmm. The episodes you're watching take place in a specific time slot. Mm-hmm. Like, in, like, her life, because the main character's name is Shiki. And it takes place, like, in her life, and it's, like, what's going on, like, in that time period.
Okay.
It's super interesting and stuff like that, but as you're watching it, like, you get more into it, and then you start to piece it together, because it gives you very clear, like, pointers, like, this is before. And, like, because my one friend, I told them, me and Matt actually watched it together for the first time, and we watched it in the order that it aired in, and then we went back and we watched it, like, in the order that it actually, like, the chronological order.
Almost like how they do with the Star Wars movies, where they're like, you gotta watch it this way, and this, that, and third, blah, blah.
Yeah. So we watched it the intended way first, and then we went back and we looked up the list, and we were like, oh, episode 3 is actually, like, the first, like, thing that happens, and then it was like, okay, and then it's literally the last episode is episode 2. And then you just have to, like, you know.
Yeah. Another one is Hero Academia, kind of.
No, that is...
It's not disappointing so far, but...
That is getting on the line of being overhyped for a lot of people because they don't understand what Season 3...
And like he said, for what's-his-name, they take too long between... Which, like, I'm happy because I don't really like filler, and I'm happy that they're doing it like that, but, like, shortage, it's hurting everything.
Yeah.
It's like the writer's strike from 2008. Nothing good
happened
that year.
But that's one that once they get into Season 4 and I would say 5, 4 is really going to kind of put it into perspective. They're going to say, okay, it's actually delivering again. The one that I say that is really bad when it comes to that is Bleach.
Yeah. Well, the thing I liked about Hero Academia is that it was a different... I know you're going to disagree with me on that, but it's like it is somewhat a Naruto clone. It's very different, and yes, after thinking about it last night when I was angrily driving white people around last night, Asta very much is a 1-to-1 for Naruto. But the thing that Kohei Horikoshi does when he makes Hero Academia is that he takes the thing that happened in Naruto and he's like, add this shit to it, this, that, and third, blah, blah. It's different, which makes it good. And I love that he does it because it's like Sasuke retrieval arc, Bakugo retrieval arc. Cut that fight with fucking Orochimaru and Third Hokage. Cut that shit off. Put it at the end of the Sasuke retrieval arc instead of their stupid ass fight. That's basically where that went. It's like it's good. It's but at the same time it still starts. It usually starts in the same way. Also, like 3 Chunin exams. Why not? Competitions. Why not? Just do it.
Metal Gear.
You mean the game where the third is the first one?
No, the one that I still don't agree, because this is the one that you brought up last time. Yesterday, you said Inuyasha, and I don't think that one gets.
I said Inuyasha. I didn't say.
I feel like Inuyasha.
It was either you or.
I haven't thought about Inuyasha since I finished Final Act. It was done. That was definitely Jason.
Oh, so Jason said that. I think that it's not hyped up enough.
Inuyasha probably is one of my all-time favorites. To be completely honest. Like
Sick boy.
Like it has camp and stuff like that in it, but I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fact that it's not like, oh, we're gonna go on this quest and everything that we need in this quest is gonna happen and appear in front of us episode after episode after episode. Like there's so many like BS episodes where they don't even find a jewel shot.
They're not even really doing anything.
Yeah.
They're
Or it's
helping a
just, like,
person
random
they'll
stuff,
never
but it's-
see again.
Yeah, but it's like real life.
It's Pokemon.
And I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Devon, it's nice
Yeah.
to meet you. You helped me today in Pokemon, but I'm never gonna see you again.
Moroku
Please.
trying to get them cheeks.
Moroku's always trying to.
Yeah.
The never-ending quest for the cheeks.
Huh?
Which anime do you feel is
Overhyped.
Honestly, with all the anime that I've seen, it's like more so like anime that people don't really talk much about, so I can't really say.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
there's lots
so
of.
for you.
Let's flip it.
Underhyped. What's not hyped up enough for you?
I got
Dr.
one.
Stone.
Get backers.
Dr. Stone, watch it. Watch it, motherfuckers.
Oh, apparently it's still just a preview. Yeah, because I keep checking because it just says one video still PV.
Good. Just watch it.
But
Read it.
I got one for underhyped with
What'd you
Shadow.
say?
Underhyped.
I got a good one.
Didn't you guys say Desert Punk was good and that like a lot of people were like, eh.
That is.
I didn't get to see much of it.
I watched it. It was solid.
That is definitely one people need to watch. That's a good one.
The ending kind of threw me a little bit, like the way it. But it was solid.
Ding, 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 ding.
I feel like I'm not as much of a nerd.
I got one for you. Shadow.
Wow,
You can
really,
agree on this
nigga?
one. You can agree on this one.
As
Anime.
he's wearing a pop rock shirt right now.
I'm more of a fucking gamer, okay? Jeez.
That's
back
still
up.
a
We'll
nerd.
switch over to the
Okay,
gaming stuff
hold on.
after because E3
So-
did happen.
For anime that you feel was like slept on, underhyped, Get Backers.
Oh, see, I said he couldn't say that one because that's his.
That's what I said. I said one for Shadow, Get Backers. So I've seen that one too, and I enjoyed it. And not a lot of people know about it.
Fucking lightning emperor mode, bro.
You know what? Really
We have a
irritates
limitless
me
fortress.
Is
That fucking building that's over there. I drive by that every night and I'm like, yo, the lights are still on, nigga. Somebody's in there. Getting stronger.
the original Baki is definitely slept on. I'm about to fight every single person who comes up and tells me
what's funny?
that fucking the Netflix rendition is awesome. I'm gonna slap the shit out you.
You know what's funny? I've
Like,
gotten
Bernie
the
Mac, get off
opposite.
that train.
Yes.
I've gotten the opposite. Everybody I know like the original, but don't like the Netflix that much.
See, those
Yeah.
are the people who actually watched it. There are
Those are the purists.
so many people who don't know that that's even a thing. Like, have you heard of this new anime called Baki the Grappler? Oh my! It's like I wanted to just kick him in the face, like give him the true Yujiro axe kick.
Wasn't he saying earlier he can't finish fights, win fights and shit? He's just kicking people in the face.
Okay, me kicking someone in the face doesn't mean I'm gonna win the fight though.
Surprise attack! They knew it
Pretty
was
sure
coming.
Granddad course would qualify you as winning.
I lost the element of surprise. Shit. Yeah, right.
Trying to think. Another slept on anime. Get Backers is a big one to me, just because like
no,
it was so good and it has so much potential.
I think it's weird that Trigun,
Ooh.
as good as it is still kind of.
I just thought of one. I just thought about like.
Well,
I don't know how many people actually know about it, but Spiral.
Spiral is solid too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Spiral.
Ergo Proxy is another one for me. I feel like not a lot of people have seen that anime or like what it is.
I know what it is. I've heard of it. I haven't watched it.
And I watched it the first time and I like fell in love with it. I thought it was so cool.
Trying to think.
It's so it has such like a dark feel to it, and the way it sets up like the world and like the apocalyptic thing is just I don't know.
But see, I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but then again, I know a lot of like deep anime nerds, so I was like,
Don't come out the basement until it's the full moon.
yeah, the ones that legit are really big Animama's basement. It's a little
Basement Kings.
I hurt myself.
I'm trying to think.
My panties.
I mean, I don't know how like
Oh,
slept on this is, but based on like the people I know who actually know and don't know about it, I would say Black Hat.
Yeah, Black Cat is good. Train is a beast.
Yeah,
Love Train.
and Nora too.
Nora's good. That's never getting a.
Yeah,
It's never
but
getting an anime.
it's just they're both solid, and no one really knows about them.
Nora is a story about a guy who enters a contract with the devil's dog Cerberus. He becomes Cerberus becomes his familiar, which is like incredibly weird because Cerberus is like top tier, next level like type of monster. Even like the type of monster he is like high class. Most people don't even know he exists. Like he's like a myth or whatever. But the devil does because it's a dog.
Blood Plus and Blood C.
Yes,
Have
so
not
slept
seen.
on.
Blood
I've seen
Plus.
some of Blood Plus. I have not
See,
seen.
I've seen I saw the original Blood.
The
way
Last
back. Yeah,
like the 80s
But
movie.
even for the fact that a lot of people,
You know how much I love that series.
Yeah.
it's so good, but
It's
not
on my
a lot
list.
of people
I
even
need
know
to-
Yeah.
about
And
it.
there's
It's
so
just-
much mythos that goes into it too.
See,
that,
I know.
is so unique.
When I watched it, actually, a friend of mine, he gave me a cassette tape, and it had Blood on it, the OG Blood, way back Blood, and it had Spriggan on it. Spriggan is like Teenage Super Soldiers.
No, I've seen Spriggan.
Oh yeah. And Spriggan's good too. I don't actually. I literally only know 3 people who know about Spriggan.
I just
Me,
thought it
you,
was-
and my friend.
I just thought it was
Actually,
weird
I
that they
think
had
you might
the
know
old
about Spriggan,
Blood
too.
movie on the same VHS as Spriggan. Like,
Yeah.
it's a weird combo.
That's when I first saw
Spriggan
Blood.
because of other people talking about it.
Yeah, but I saw the original Blood and I liked it. And the art style was really gritty, and I like that.
That's one of my favorite parts about
And then when they made Blood Plus and Blood C,
Another one that's along the same lines as
Yeah.
Blood Plus as well. Another really good one.
Blood Plus, I liked and I didn't like. It's probably the most or the biggest one that deviates from like the franchise as a whole. Because Blood Minus C and Blood the Last Ark, like the original movie, they're like it's the same girl. Like they're
that's how it, yeah.
But then Blood Plus, you get like a completely different kind of version of Saya.
I'm trying to think.
Basilisk is another one that I feel like gets slept on. That's a really
I haven't
good
watched
anime.
it, but I've watched.
It's dumb loud because you're sneaking.
There's this live action movie that's basically Basilisk.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it. But when I watched that movie, I was like, "This is the closest thing we're ever going to get to a live action Naruto." It was on Netflix.
The one, good.
It was like the 2 ninja clans, and the one guy had the eyes.
Old guy that kind of got fucked up in the forest trying to protect. No. That's a different one.
You're talking about the one where the guy had the eyes that made you kill yourself.
Yeah.
Much. Yeah, that's the I forget the name of
What's
it,
it?
but we watched it over on Ambrose.
Yeah, I'm getting it mixed up with a different one where.
Yeah, but it's basically Basilisk, the anime. That's basically what that is, and like the visuals and everything, and all the unique abilities. That's the closest thing we'll ever get to a decent Naruto live action.
It was Basilisk in 30 minutes.
Yeah,
It's
it
really what
it was solid. Like literally, if you watch Basilisk, you can like fight for fight, or at least
yeah.
matchups and everything. Yeah,
It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. And then they came out with. Did you ever watch the old movie Ninja Scrolls?
Mm-hmm.
Basilisk is literally based off of that movie.
Okay.
Like that's what the whole thing is based off. It's based off of
Yeah.
Ninja Scrolls. And then they
I
just
watched
came
those
out
on
with-
VHS too.
They just came out with, like last year, they came out with the second part to Basilisk, Osaka Ninja Scrolls, which is like, I don't know, it's kind of cool to see like how things happen, but there's a couple like inconsistencies they have with it pertaining to like the overall storyline. So,
Would Digimon be counted as slept on?
Digimon
Yes
is
and no.
definitely slept on
Yeah.
because of the fact that Pokemon, to this day, steals shit from Digimon that they
'Cause-
had day one.
yeah.
Eggs.
That's why I said
evolutions.
yes and no, because when Digimon and Pokemon first came out, they were both up here, and then Digimon kind of fell off while Pokemon is still up here. That's why I say yes and no.
Well, because the fixation of gotta catch 'em all is
Yeah.
kind of it's strong.
Whereas, I mean, if you look at it, like Digimon have a lot more Digimon. People's like, oh, 800 Pokemon, that's amazing. It's like Digimon are in like the thousands in like season 3.
And one Digimon could digivolve into like 10 different.
you have all that
kinds of
variety.
There's no set.
And then
tree
like
to
all
it.
the designs and everything for the Digimon is beautiful. And then the movies and it was great. I mean, I was watching Digimon before I was watching Pokemon. Just Pokemon is more prevalent.
time slots earlier.
Yeah,
Word.
Digimon
I
is
have
great.
that shit on my phone and I listen to that when I drive. I probably shouldn't because it makes me speed. I
I gotta watch the movies. I haven't watched the movies yet.
the Tri
The-
movies. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were talking about those last time. Yeah, I do have those.
The thing you were talking about. Remember we watched that video with Pokemon. Why everybody's mad at Pokemon. And they're not having like in the new region. They're only gonna have just that region.
No, we
then-
went across the video. We didn't watch that.
Oh.
That reminded me. I do have to watch that.
So basically, what's happening is you're not going to be allowed in Sword and Shield to have access to the Pokemon Bank, which means you can't bring in stuff from older shit. Now they're saying
So
that
pretty much what they're reiterating what they did before with Pokemon,
Yeah.
where it's like you can't transfer Pokemon from.
That's what they do every couple of generations. Like, hey, brand new everything.
Speaking
But-
of Sword and Shield,
but the reason is different.
I don't like the legendary
What is
Both
it?
of them,
It's
or
stupid.
which one?
Sword and
the one with the sword in its mouth. Yeah, that one's okay. I'm like, okay, yeah, fine. But the shield furs, like
I haven't seen that.
I don't like that.
stupid.
That's weird.
What do it look like? Because my phone is like way over there, so I can't look it up myself.
But yeah, the reason that they cited, they tried to say like, oh, it's because balancing issues with Pokemon. It's like, Pokemon is balanced. What the fuck? Like
I mean, they didn't even bring in EV training and stuff and all that until like season 3, and then they've been pretty good about it. So I don't see why it would be a problem.
Or didn't they have it, but they just didn't tell anybody about it?
They had effort values. I don't think they had pure EV training and stuff until season 3.
But yeah,
I think
they tried to say it was a balancing issue. It's actually because, I mean, well, they have thousands of Pokemon, or not thousands, but they have,
in the 800s, I think now.
They have like that many Pokemon models that they have to make because the new graphics are different. But they won't just say that.
Yeah, and then the shoe.
Looks like
The fuck?
a weird Solgaleo. Or not Solgaleo. What's the
It's stupid as fuck. And when they showed them, they were both like when they showed them, they were both in like a 3D. They were both like 3D-ish.
Bruh,
And
your face is on that shield. How is you can still get knocked out? You can get punched in the face. My impenetrable defense. It's like,
Yeah, Gar comes in there. What the power of love?
That actually reminds me of there's this one there's a trio of Pokemon that I always thought would fuse together one day. There's one that's a big golem, there's one that's a shield, and one that's a sword. I'm like, are they gonna fuse together and just make like a big warrior? From I think it's from the 5th generation or 6th generation. It's Golurk, Agislash, and I can't remember the other one.
Golurk, Agislash. You
said
sword, so that's Agislash.
And then
the Golem forces
Golurk. Yeah.
And what was the third one you said?
It's been a while. I don't remember.
Well, you just said
exactly. But yeah, Golurk and Agislash. There was another one. I just can't remember what it was though. But it was like a sword, a shield, and the body.
I mean,
trying to remember.
That quick.
I didn't eat anything today.
How's game? Your brain is like a constant game of hot potato. It's like I already let that go. That was weeks ago.
I didn't need it.
It's so loud. No, yeah.
Actually, but you reminded me about something real quick.
Somebody listens to this shit for the eating, and they're just like, oh.
For Digimon, you just reminded me. I think I already talked about it, but they're coming out with a new game. It's supposed to have darker undertones and stuff, and I'm really excited.
More Skull Greymon's good.
Yeah, it's called what is it called? Digimon. What's the name?
Was that the one that was like brought up in E3 or?
I'm not sure, but it's turn based, like strategy almost, or not strategy, but it's like grid based, like a Final Fantasy Tactics type game. And they're supposed to have a lot of darker undertones, and your decisions can like kill your Digimon and stuff. And I'm like, that's going to be great, just because Digimon and Pokemon have always been kind of like fluffy, and Digimon is the one that typically goes darker. So for it to get that dark is going to be interesting.
Do you still get an egg if they die?
I'm not sure how it works yet.
Is it bad to not care because you'll get an egg?
Now, see, the problem is when you get an egg and it is evolved into like a Nummymon or something. I mean, nowadays the Nummymon can go platinum, so I mean, he's not terrifying, but you know he can hold his own. Word.
Yo, we going platinum.
It's a gold-plated piece of poop. Oh no.
We going platinum.
I would say the only thing about platinum Nummymon is that it gives you like a shit ton of experience.
Yeah, if you take them out.
Wow.
There's like so many good Digimon. I hope they drop into this game.
Well, I mean, as long as they don't have Lilithmon or Ophanimon, then
don't be hating on Lilithmon.
And what's your deal with Ophanimon?
Triggered.
Joe's about to get jumped after this.
Bringing up the frick, whatever. You leave our angels out of this.
Jeremy's like, I can't with you niggas right now. I said it for you.
That trio. Ophanimon, Trumimon, and Seraphimon.
Those are my favorite
trio. So you watched was it Generation 4 of Digimon? That was a solid season.
I actually really, really liked season 4, and a lot of people didn't
because it was so different.
Was that the spirit ones?
Yeah.
Oh, that shit was dope.
But my whole thing is if you get past, most people's issue is that they fused with the Digimon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's so different.
With the past.
Head toward the future.
That opening was
Reclaim the
amazing.
digital world.
Can we get
Demonetized.
that Digimon has always hit when it comes to their openings.
Yeah, Digimon's always been on point.
Every single one was a hit. I don't
Most
care
of their
who
music
said.
is pretty good too. Season 5 was like hit or miss with me.
That was that Fusers?
That was
Tamers.
Or no, it's Tamers.
Oh yeah.
Tamers.
Punch Digimon
Yeah,
in the
see,
face.
Tamers and
I like the plot
Cross Wars
twist.
I didn't really like.
I like the plot twist with Tamers. The plot twist was solid.
Yeah, I mean,
Crosswords, I can't.
I hate
Oh, yeah, it's like Fusers or Crosswords.
Heard it so many
so
times.
stupid.
It's got in.
I like
I
the
listen to
first
copyrighted
half.
music though, so it's like
I like the first
That's
half
it.
of Fusers or Crosswords. The second half I didn't like, but the first half I liked when
They
they.
just didn't put the second half on fucking Netflix. I'm still waiting to see it.
I like the first half. The second half I didn't like because they changed main characters and it was,
Because
Yeah.
the first half is like 60 fucking episodes almost, or like 50 episodes. It's like two 25 episode things. And when he said it was 2 halves, I was like, oh, the second half's gonna have the new kid, which I fucking hate when they do that. Because if you've read Dragon Drive, you know that how shitty that is to have another character just come in
Or,
just be like, oh yeah, the
Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny.
fucking word,
See, he knows.
fucking word.
I was so mad. I was like, "Who's this dude?"
And then no one liked him, so they brought Kira back.
Yo.
Yeah, which is one of the best things. The only person I'm okay in Gundam with him being like brought back or whatever is like Zex. Like the fact that they've had him come back in like a couple different iterations, I'm like,
Honestly, I think my favorite part of Gundam Seed Destiny is when the new kid was talking all that good stuff, and then Kira caught his big sword. That was great because he kind of like had a mind break. They had to bring in the other guy with like Providence Gundam. It was so great.
Oh, I just thought of 2 other ones that are slept on.
What you got?
Because they're both. Well, one's kind of a mech, one's is a mech.
Zoids? Yeah.
And Vendor.
That fucking song. Just
Vandred?
yeah,
Vandred? Yeah, Vandred is
that chaotic century song just popped into my head the second you said that.
yeah.
Zoids, I feel
Zoids is
like
great.
Zoids, I feel like got a lot of hype. Like I used to build models for Zoids
Well,
and stuff.
see,
like,
the problem with Zoids is that it was like up here, and then it kind of like
I mean,
flip flopped a little bit, and then it disappeared for like 5-10 years.
That's what happens when you have a property that's all based around
it's
selling
toys.
models.
merchandise,
And then they don't come out with a lot either. Like, Bandai Gundam, honestly, they pump out like 50 kits a year.
I would
I can't
say
tell you how many
overhyped.
They're focused on
Yeah.
making Kamen Rider.
Yeah, whereas Gundam, they get maybe 2 a year, maybe. And Kotobuki is the one that's pumping those out. And they're really high quality. They're really nice. But Kotobuki, they pump out 1 or 2 a year, maybe, for Zoids. And they have a new line coming out, but those are all like crank type. You build them and they walk around, which isn't bad. But it's like, if you want to get the enthusiasts in it, y'all need to build some good stuff.
Sounds
Because Zoids Wild is the current thing, and I'm kind of iffy on the designs because they're smaller and they're like we talked about it in one of the videos.
Like that.
Yeah, all the Zoids are smaller and they don't have like cockpits anymore. You kind of like ride them like you would ride a motorcycle, kind
I
of.
feel like you.
Oh,
if I
that
could
makes
take
me
out your Zoids with my
Exactly,
car, I could take out
especially
your Zoid
coming
with my
off
car.
of the last season was what Zoids Genesis with the Muramasa Liger and everything, and that was
Yes!
great. That was Hayate.
I didn't even see that season.
that
but
was
I
it,
saw,
like,
but I
it was
saw the
dope.
model at Dance Crafts and things and stuff like that.
That
I
is
was
great.
fangirling over it.
There's this bird mech that one of the characters uses, purple and gold. I have it. I want to build it up, but I don't want to mess it up. That's why I haven't taken out the box yet. But yeah, Zoids Genesis was great. And they had like the Biozoids and the T-Rexes. That was great. And then they went into this new season, which is Wild. And I want to give it a chance, but it's really like shonen-y.
Shonen.
That's what I'm excited about the new thing for
Oh,
Gundam that's coming out. Because the new
you know.
season they have is supposed to be like kind of like a revamp of like Wing Zero, or of Wing, but it's like what
Is that
happened.
the time? Based
Yeah,
on, okay,
it's like what happened after the fact of what happened like after Gundam Wing ended. So it's like, okay, well, I'm actually interested in that because you never get to see what happens between the colonies and Earth, like and like how that stuff goes.
I was actually gonna say I'm surprised more Gundam anime isn't out or like OVAs because even between like the seasons they have other stuff that happens in the manga. Like there's Gundam Wing, there's a whole other a group of people called the G Unit.
Yep.
And you don't hear anything about them.
G-Unit.
Yep. There's like 5 other mechs that are solid Gundams that you never hear about. So it's like in between like the main stuff or like Seed Astray. It's freaking awesome.
See, we
Yeah.
need to come up
Stupid.
with a thing because we just hit that G Unit thing like unanimously together, and that shit was amazing. So we need to come up with like a thing.
So yeah, I'm surprised they don't like. They haven't pumped out like double the amount of anime. But I mean, they could be saving it, and I'm not mad at that.
I feel like I saw something that they're slated for. Like, there's like 1 or 2 new Gundam things that are coming out.
You didn't make it to them because there's still. You gotta wait.
You didn't. Don't tell me you like Big O.
No, I think it's dumb.
Okay. Oh, you don't like Batman and his
You don't like Batman mech? You don't like Joker mech?
No.
You don't like Alfred being
like
awesome?
Mummy mech?
Big O was stupid.
The convention for the pile driver thing in the hand was the only good thing about Big O.
There was there's a Super Robot Wars. There's a mech. What is it called? The Gunpest or the Arbalest? I forget which one. I can't think of the name of it. No, it's from Super Robot Wars. But this guy has like a spike that has a similar like mechanic.
You said Arbalest. I swear to God, he probably thought Arc Beetle. That's why
I heard Arbalest and went to Destiny.
He said battling, and of course, anything with robots battling.
Metabots!
Oh, that's so good. Arc Beetle is the man. Just because, like, literally, it's like he don't even attack normally. He's like, take the power of the sun, the pillar, like the prominence. I'm like, he got to say all that for a robot attack. I like it.
That I'm looking around the room seeing where like Mr. Referee could pop out.
It is me, Mr. Referee.
Pop out of Devon's hair. It's me, Mr. Referee. It's like, what the fuck?
And then the old guy with the chickens who always be giving wise uncle advice to everybody.
Which always leads back to buy my fucking chicken. You fucking
Metabots was great. Well, at least the first iteration of it.
No, he said, no, you don't you dare compare to that fucking cabbage monger. Fuck that guy. I'm not doing that here.
That's a good side character right there. That's gonna be our next topic on the next podcast. Greatest side characters in the show. Cabbages.
I still love how, like, the incident where the truck just full of cabbages.
Oh my gosh, that was perfect.
Like, as soon as people found out it was instant. Yeah.
Like, they were not fucking with that shit.
Immediately. Like, that was a race to see who
Somebody was sitting on a roof watching that shit. They were like, oh my god, my phone!
Ring the bells!
Ring the bell! Light the fires!
And this finally happened. That's great.
So,
my cabbage court.
So, before we leave, because, you know, it's been a while. E3 happened. We got to talk about some video games.
I actually haven't watched any E3.
Neither have I.
Oh, before that, though, you guys have heard of Cuphead?
Yes.
Right? You like Cuphead?
Yeah.
You like Cuphead. Do you like cars?
You should not be talking about sexual things on this because, you know, we're not that type of a podcast.
What are you talking about?
You know, you're talking about head over here.
I said Cuphead.
Oh
yeah, I know, exactly. That's nasty.
Baby,
Bruh, that was the...
I gotta do something stupid in one of the podcasts, okay? I've been very serious this whole time.
One of... Try every.
No, I have to do something stupid and...
Somewhere within it.
Well, yeah.
We have you recorded. We know what you said.
I know what you said.
Spell...
We're not doing that. That's what we're not going to do. But yeah, you like cars?
Yeah.
How would you like Cuphead in your car? Because if you buy a Tesla, apparently they're porting Cuphead to Tesla, so you can buy a car with a game in it and play it.
That sounds very unsafe.
It's a self-driving car. It's still very stupid, very unsafe. But
I don't think it should be a self-driving car to begin with. But
Elon needs money, so I don't even know how the fuck he got. Why?
You know, it doesn't matter because it's not the fucking Cullinan, alright? The Cullinan
Thank you, babe.
is where it's at. Fuck a Tesla.
Suicide doors. And it literally has noise cancers on the
I was
outside.
ready for you to say a rap lyric with suicide doors. I don't know why
cancers?
I thought.
Cancelers.
You said cancers.
I said cancers.
You said noise cancers.
Rule review.
It's just so great.
Not compared to
It
that Rolls
doesn't
Royce.
use, female cow's leather. It uses male leather.
So you don't get stretch marks on your seats.
Like the poor people.
Men have skin too.
Because poor people buy Teslas.
Damn.
So if you got a Tesla, you think you're rich? You're not, because you're bitch.
This person's like looking up their bank account and they're like,
See,
Joe.
You say that, and then he gonna hop on Destiny and start murking you.
He doesn't
He gonna hop on.
Yeah, you see, exactly.
So Joe don't play this.
He's gonna hop on Death by Daylight. Gonna
fuck you up.
Word.
You end up like that British dude the other day.
First of all, see me in Dead by Daylight.
You just smack your nipples at my fucking microphone?
I hit my chest. My nipples
Bro,
are here.
you said this. You were dumb low.
My nipples are here. I hit here.
Joe
I saw you.
don't know where his nipples are.
Jiggle.
Does he?
Okay,
stop playing.
They move like El Chiguro.
That was weird. It was very weird. There's a lot of ways you could have stopped that. You didn't need to do that with your tits. He's trying to prove Genkai. He's trying to be better than Genkai. He's like, I could do it with my tits. No, yeah.
I don't know. What did they show at E3 this year?
So, do you like sleeping?
The biggest thing that I keep showing is stuff dealing with John Wick, and it's like
you like sleeping
or John Wick.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah. And the funny thing was he doesn't really know what he's doing there. He's just there to be like a hype man kind of, but like he doesn't know about video games really. But yeah, you like to sleep, right? You like to play Pokemon? What if I told you?
Hold on.
All right.
Do I like to sleep? Not really, no.
You could play when you do have to sleep, when you eventually crash from staying awake for 2 days straight, you can also be playing Pokemon
It's a week,
Go.
thank you.
Oh, excuse me.
How?
Exactly.
I don't fucking know.
That's
but
what I said. It was like,
but apparently there's going to be some
Full
bullshit.
dive.
Word. Exactly.
you have to put a chip
Get me out,
in
fuck
your
son
ear,
of a bitch. No.
and it's going to read all the brain waves going through.
And it's going to do some shit
And it's
while
going
you
to
sleep.
transfer over, and it's going to put you into the Pokemon world. And you're thinking, oh, let me go catch a Pokemon. I'm sleeping. Yay. And then, boom.
Giovanni
Sparrow
shows up.
happened. Now
Team
you're
Rocket.
dead. The thing shorted out. Now it's stuck in your brain.
So this becomes Sword Art Online?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Another overhyped anime.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By
you're
far.
right. Fucking.
Didn't they announce another Sleeping Dogs?
They did announce another Sleeping
Okay.
Dogs. Or not Sleeping Dogs.
Watch Dogs. Yeah, okay.
Watch Dogs Legion. Where anyone, you, not me. You know. But.
Well, you said anyone, so that would qualify as you as well.
I'm not anyone. I'm me.
He's the
How you
man.
gonna be me? I'm me. No, for real though.
Oh,
You can jump from you can jump from person to person and be like Watch Dogs protagonist. So running around, hacking shit, stealing money from people.
Body jacking and hacking?
Pretty much. It's set in London.
Can you run and drop kick people?
Pretty sure, yeah. I don't see why
They
you can't.
stole that from one of the best zombie games out there.
Oh yeah.
Dying Light.
I think that got something else got announced for a sequel too. Was it Dying Light?
Dude, everything's getting announced for a sequel now. All old
No,
games.
see,
They're
no.
making Streets of Rage 4.
So I definitely
One
gotta
old
think
game
about
that they would definitely need to make a fucking sequel to is Left 4 Dead. Yes, there's Left 4 Dead 1 and 2.
I think they
but
are working on something like that.
It was teased earlier this year, right? I think it was.
Or Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was teased like years ago.
I thought that
Like
was.
so it was like.
I mean, they name dropped it. They're like, "Hey guys, we might be working on," but I think like now they actually have like some level of planning to it.
Yeah.
Oh, because we started everything a little bit late.
You're at work today. Because I'm not going to be able to see her tomorrow. It's her birthday tomorrow. Remember?
Fine.
Oh no!
Fine.
Oh no! Are you leaving?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to duck out a little early.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. That was weird, though. I don't even know what you said.
It hasn't moved yet, too. I'm like,
wait, do you guys really not know that reference?
What did you say?
no, I'm more worried about his fucking neck. Because he hasn't moved his head.
Oh.
There, and I was just like, is it stuck?
Do you not really? This dude can
I didn't
just
hear
back
what he
his neck.
said because his neck.
Is it because no? I can't crack the joke. Denzel's not here to defend himself.
And that stopped you before.
Wow.
I'm actually nice when it comes to making fun of people. Okay.
That is not
You're
true.
nice.
How the fuck does that?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It means I give them a chance to retort. I don't
Except
talk
Luke.
behind their back. Luke fucks himself up.
And Javi.
Literally.
Good times.
Alright, do you want to pause real quick?
But baby, I love you. Why are you leaving me?
Yo,
Baby,
here?
come back.
He's dipping out of this helicopter before it fucking crashes.
Hey,
You know how
wait,
fast-
No one does
wait.
that either.
You know how last night Joe kept getting upset like with all like the
Dicks.
hey Joe.
What?
Hey,
I was like, if it's out, I don't want to see it.
I was like, I'm so confused.
If it's out, I don't want to see it.
No.
You were like pointing out. I was like, I'm not turning.
It's not a penis.
At least it's not Joe's favorite video. You know the guy.
He's the one that originally showed me that fucking video.
Because I wasn't going to suffer alone.
Oh, so you're like my friend Moskowitz who decided to show everybody
That
on
weird
the floor.
Yeah. Except for
weird
me.
Shit.
I
Well,
survived
yeah, because you stay in the room.
where it's safe.
I was constantly exposed to the crazy ass freaking.
Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me.
All right, I'm gonna pause it so you guys can,